Hey, I'm sure most of you are aware of the situation that took place over the weekend, which I don't want to cover entirely in this video, since there are already videos that go over it, and I've already discussed my side of the situation on my Twitter, which I encourage you guys to take a look at since a lot of this video covers some of the info that I mentioned in that document. If you don't know, the breakdown is I took part in a disgusting investigation that posed as a witch hunt against Worst HR Player as an accusation for cheating. Again, I'm sorry for the destruction caused to Worst HR Player, the Corsair staff, and anyone else. I can never apologize enough for what I've done. After everything went down and I posted my statement to Twitter, I mentioned that any common concerns or questions will be publicly addressed, which is why I'm making this video. These should be my final regards on this topic for good. Now, the most common discussion that seems to persist is whether or not I will be getting banned from OSU. It's very unlikely considering that I have made it past tournament screenings already and have submitted scores without punishment since the incident. A lot of people reference the known cases of people getting punished for cheating offline, but I don't think people consider the chances that these people are either lying about only cheating offline or having their cheats detected at all when playing online, even when they're not being used. Now, in my case, it's very important to say this. I have never purchased nor used cheats of any kind for OSU on this PC that I frequently use and play OSU on all the time. Another common question I've received was, are there actually any cases of replay cheats being used for map pool showcases before? I said in my Twitter document that there were cases, and it's definitely a minority. For the majority of tournaments, they use a more official replay editor that aren't cheats, and they just edit the metadata of a certain replay. However, I asked around myself across the many tournament hosts and staff I knew to make sure that there did exist cases of replay editor cheats being used for pool showcases offline, and I think it was specifically a QN for it being convenient. I will not be leaking the specific tournaments nor the staff involved with the use of the mentioned software, because I do not want to spread any more unnecessary OSU reports and hate mongering. You can probably do this research yourself if you really care, and you could probably find yourself an example or two. Also, of course, it's customary for me to say, please do not cheat. You can call me a hypocrite for my history with cheats, but if you can at least take that as a lesson to not do the same, I'm happy with that. Lastly, I think a lot of people were debating whether or not the misconception I pointed out in my document was honest or not. I mentioned in my Twitter statement that I did not write anything in the document that accused Worst HR Player, and I did not make the call to post it before Corsai's closed grand finals either. My contribution to the document was the video linked on the document that says was recorded by me. Many people were questioning whether or not I was just lying about this, which is ironic because I was debating myself on whether or not I'd mention that side of my story of how much I was involved because, well, I didn't think it mattered. I was actually pushed by my peers to mention how much I was involved. Of course, there are many people who didn't believe it and people who still don't believe it, which I completely understand given how unreliable my credibility is at the moment. But thankfully, 2 people did actually come out who were involved with the investigation and verified how much I took part in the document, more or less. I'm sure you can ask them more about the situation if necessary, but please do not spread the hate further to these people. Not everyone in the Discord had ill intentions, and it's good that they admitted to taking part in it at all. There are still a few people who participated who did not come out, and I don't ever know if they will, due to how people have treated the known people who have participated. but it's good that these two admitted to taking part in it at all, as opposed to staying silent. Of course, this still does not make me innocent by any means regarding the situation. I should have immediately informed Worst HR Player of the situation and backed off the case. Instead, I acted on my own selfish curiosity and contributed to the document. More or less, I was stupid as hell. Well, I am stupid as hell. But I will try my absolute hardest to improve moving forward, regardless of whether or not I earn your guys' trust back. And I'm fine with whatever stance you guys may carry on me and the situation. But nonetheless, I will continue making content and competing on OSU as I usually do. Take care, everyone.